Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you like the content, hit the subscribe button, leave a like down below. So over on X, Jay Barnacles brought up a great point about 2K25. If you don't know who that is, I'll leave a link in the description down below. He's a great X/Twitter user. He's always keeping us up on all the information. He has great takes. Make sure you give him a follow. He's one of the G's. Anyway, they are basically doing everything 2K I'm talking about that AEW Fight Forever did. We are talking about multiple signatures and finisher slots, throwable weapons, and finally the return of this intergender match type. So maybe, just maybe, 2K and Visual Concepts are scared of upcoming wrestling games like Ultra Pro Wrestling and the Wrestling Code, if it ever comes out. The last thing to copy is the gameplay. In my opinion, and I know a lot of you are probably going to be split down the middle on this, in my opinion, AEW Fight Forever's gameplay was more fun than the 2K franchise, at least the last couple of games, but lacked the final touch to make it the gold standard. If 2K can combine both the AEW Fight Forever style with its own 2K style, then we might actually be getting the best 2K entry since 2K14. And it looks like 2K25 is going to have next-gen only features. All these teases like chain wrestling, which they showed yesterday, a free roaming city or island, maybe both, new match types like Iron Survivor, Underground Match, maybe Buried Alive match, or even an Undertaker showcase or side showcase, or an Undertaker survival mode. I mean, who knows? I'm guessing the under part is the underground match. Or maybe underwear match. Maybe they're bringing back bra and panties match, which would be hilarious and get canceled right away. It could be a Bloodline showcase, which we've all come to the conclusion that that's probably what it is. Or all this information, all this leaks, all these speculation could all just be a ruse to hype up the game for this year's entry, like they do every year. Now, what they show us on Monday and Tuesday could be one of the best games in the franchise history, maybe even a return to form from the golden THQ era of the franchise. Or it could be another baby step forward with lots of bugs that creep up like every single year. Guess we'll find out soon enough. Anyways, I bring all this up because we might finally be getting a true next-gen entry in the series. Maybe this is the 2K15 of the PS5 generation. So basically, the next-gen version will have all these cool new features and modes, exclusive to it, but last gen will still get some version of the game, kind of like they did with 2K15 on the PS3 and the PS4. Like the PS3 version was like very similar to 2K14, whereas the PS4 version, they pretty much gutted it and changed everything to try to push it into the future, into the next generation. This is both exciting and horrifying at the same time. 2K15 was missing lots of features when it came out. In fact, it didn't even create a female superstar. They took out body morphing and a ton of creation parts. It's also the game that made me leave the franchise up until 2K20. Now, I did buy 2K15 on sale. I didn't buy it day one because I heard about all the missing features. And the only reason I bought it was because the Ultimate Warrior finally had a showcase. And I believe that was the second game he was in when he returned, because he originally returned as a pre-order bonus in 2K14. And I don't think they ever put him up on the store to just buy. It was only a pre-order bonus. So in 2K15, he was in the game, the base roster, and they actually gave him a couple showcase, like a short showcase mode. He looked really goofy in 15 though. They made his hair look weird and stuff because it was the first one of the new build. Anyway, 2K20 was buggier than hell, but it had the best creation suite since 2K14. Tons of new parts, fun fantasy arenas, and the gameplay was fun again. It was way too easy. Even on legendary difficulty, you could pretty much guess whenever your opponent was going to do an attack. The window was way too big for countering, so it was way too easy. But I liked how it was set up. I wish they polished that instead of turning it into what they turned 2K22 into going forward. I can handle the gameplay, but like playing it for hours and hours and hours, the stun meter, the 5 different counter buttons, the guessing games, it's like Russian roulette. You don't know what's gonna happen. Anyway, so my point in this video is, now that we are on the 4th game for the PS5 and the Xbox Series generation, maybe they finally figured this shit out and get the job done. It would explain why they abandoned 2K24 with all its issues, and it would explain why 2K23 and 24 are so similar. Maybe they just took a mulligan, added a couple match types, so that they could really wow us with this next entry. Wishful thinking, I know. Maybe they have all hands on deck. Maybe the abandonment of 2K23 and 2K24, because I'm pretty sure they both suffered similar scenarios or similar, outcomes. And the fact that they shut down the servers, maybe it was all building to this. Maybe they had a skeleton crew in the last 2 games. I mean, they did improve the visuals and they added some new match types and overall the quality of life stuff, but it's still buggy. It's still got issues. So hopefully what doesn't happen, like what used to happen in the old games, and correct me in the comments down below, but since I spent most of my time in the creation suite in every single game, it really felt like every major breakthrough in the franchise would always take away from the creation suite to fit everything in. If they can manage everything that we just talked about and improve on the creation suite, shut up and take my money. So I'll end on this. Depending on what they show us on the 28th, even though it's going to be on Raw, I think on the 27th. Yeah, tomorrow's the 27th. So they're probably going to talk about the Bloodline and the showcase and who's on the cover tonight or tomorrow night, as of the making of this video. And then early Tuesday morning, they're probably going to start the rollout information of the game. We'll probably be able to pre-order the game, and we'll know a lot more about what's going on with it. Maybe the roster, although they usually roll out the roster thing over the next month until the game comes out. Who knows? Maybe they release it super early and it comes out with the Rumble. That'd be awesome if we got the game a little earlier. So I'll end on this. Depending on what they show us on the 28th and how the game plays on launch day will determine if I keep doing this channel. If this game is another buggy, lackluster entry that is monetized out the ass and guts the creation suite, then I think I'm done. Ultra Pro Wrestling will be our last hope, and if that game doesn't hit either, then it might be time for the channel to cover everything other than wrestling games. Anyways, thank you for watching. Sound off in the comments, hit that subscribe button and notification bell, and as always, stay frosty.